Hi. This is going to be a very simple video about something that happened during my college experience right now. And I just thought it was funny and it's kind of movie related in a very weird way. Uh, in my school, you have to take a few credits in cultural studies in order to graduate. I like movies and I'm interested in films. So I decided to take a film class, and that is way too loud. Something is like there's like a fucking motorcycle race going on outside. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Okay, so I closed the window. We're gonna keep going. I don't care. So I decided to take this film class, and it's usually the same stuff like D.W. Griffith, Méliès, the German expressionism movement. Like I know all this stuff. I've read the books. I've seen the movies, so it's not that interesting or exciting. But then this happened. Now I was given the class was given an assignment. So this is an assignment that's going to be basically for we're not going to take a midterm exam. We're just going to uh, take just given an essay, and that will be the midterm exam grade. Whatever, whatever. And this is what he said. It has to be 2 pages long, and it has to be about a movie that is unique in its story or in the way it expresses itself. You can only choose one movie, and one of the 2 pages has to be about one specific scene in the movie, and you have to analyze it. So far, so good. I have plenty of movies to choose from. This is not a problem with me. The funny part is this part. We're not allowed to choose obvious films, and as examples, he listed Avatar, the James Cameron movie, Inception, Memento, Tenet, and The Matrix. So right off the bat, you can just tell he's not a fan of Christopher Nolan. He's just like, fuck Christopher Nolan, fuck the Christopher Nolan fandom, film bros or whatever. And I just thought it was very funny that he chose those 5 movies, just like almost like basically just like attacking like first time film bros. I'm surprised he didn't like just write in fucking Pulp Fiction, The Shawshank Redemption. I don't know, like even Parasite maybe. Uh, and basically he's saying like this paper needs to be about the if you chose a movie, why is it so different from the movies that came before, or whatever. And I like the assignment because I like movies, but it's so interesting that he gave this really abstract, almost non-existent, like non-tangible condition that you can't choose a movie that's too popular or too obvious of a choice. This is like almost like gatekeeping. This shouldn't happen in a college. You can just so what if a kid decides to write a page about the Matrix? Who gives a shit? Just let the kid write it. Let the kid write about Tenet or Memento. Why Memento? Like I get Inception and Tenet. Like it's not like those 2 movies are exceptionally revolutionary in the way they do the film, but Memento, that's a pretty interestingly done movie. If any of the Christopher Nolan films are actually done in a very interesting way, Memento's that film, and it's so interesting that he just like basically just wipes out Christopher Nolan films in general. And like the idea of not being allowed to choose your obvious film, like what is even an obvious movie? Like just because it's popular, just because it's famous? So you're these kids. It's not like every single kid that comes to my school knows about films. So you're basically saying you need to like go choose a hipster choice or like a really like a film nerd a choice for this essay, or else you're not going to get a fucking A. Like it's sort of a snobby condition to give for an essay. That's just for a class that just exists for it's either for people who actually are interested in the movies, or it's just for people who want to get some credit so they can graduate. It's I think this is kind of stupid, but it's also fun for me. With that said, I have made a list of. I decided to like choose from 4 movies. I chose 4 movies to choose from, and very specific scenes from those films. It's either I think I'm either gonna go with Hal Ashby's being there, and very specifically the ending scene of that movie. maybe even like the maybe even the Picnic at Hanging Rock and the disappearance scene. I might go with Deep Red. I would love to talk about like Dario Argento and the Giallo movement and how they really revolutionized horror films and how like horror films revealed the mystery. And like I can use the last scene in Deep Red as an example and basically just mention all of his other films like just in bits and pieces and say this is what he does and this is what he brought to the horror genre. And I would love to talk about Rear Window, like the first scene in Rear Window, how he just like introduces the surroundings, how the film is going to operate, why the character is in the situation that he is in just it's like this one swooping shot of just showing every single neighborhood, or every single neighbor and every single detail in his apartment, uh, without any dialogue. Like that's what Hitchcock does really well, and that's what he kind of brought to the game. So I mean, now that I'm talking about it, I think Being There's not necessarily the best choice because it's not like that. That's a great movie and that's a great ending, but it's not necessarily anything new. It's symbolism that's been done before. Being There is one of the best examples of a movie that uses like Jesus symbolism and uses it in like a philosophical or political context. But I don't know, like Picnic at Hanging Rock, that disappearance scene, it's great, but is it revolutionary? Is it really new? I'm not sure. So I might go with Deep Red or Rear Window. Not too sure. But again, I guess the point of this video is that I thought this was very amusing. I thought the condition was just ridiculous, but also really funny that this professor clearly just hates Christopher Nolan films, and these are going to be the choices that I'm going to choose from. I think that's about it. The video is way too. I thought this video was going to be like 3 minutes long. This is way too long. Bye.